Hi everyone. Um, this is a demo regarding cockroach deployment. Basically, through this demo, I want to show how to use Terraform bash scripting. This will automate the deployment. So here in particular project, we will be dealing with CockroachDB deployment. So the enhancements also I will discuss, but enhancements using Jenkins, Packer, auto-scaling group, Ansible, I may not be discussing in the demo, but I will show the enhancement. Okay, let's go to quickly what is CockroachDB. CockroachDB implements a standard PostgreSQL API, so it aligns with your deployment approach and empowers your DBA. So it gives the following powerful set of SQL features. So basically, as you read about what exactly is like, we will be deploying a cluster of databases, basically 3 nodes, which acts as a cluster of database. So let's see how the procedure automated using Terraform and Bash. So before that, there is to understand this video clearly, there is one more previous video on Terraform by me. Basically, it will give the details. I will provide the link to you below the video, so you can watch that video to complete understanding what exactly Terraform is and what are the components involved. In this project, I will firstly cover the Terraform, so it's better to watch that video before. So topics, this is the main document. Actually, I will be referring. Let me show the document. So this is the document deploying CockroachDB on AWS EC2. So these are the manual things, manual steps: creating instance, configure your network, and synchronize clock, setup, load balancing, generate certificates, and you can see there are some operations I need to do on the nodes also. Basically, after doing this, it will give basically a cluster. So what exactly the architecture we will be building is, there will be NLB. So in the network load balancer, we will be having EC2 instance attached, like here it is one. Let's say 2, 3, number of minimum 3 instances attached to node network load balancer. So our local machine or whatever the test machine can use the database via NLP. So the databases are basically shared among those nodes. So it is a cluster database basically. So this is the infrastructure point of view. So that is what the topic is like. Let's see what is the infrastructure point of view, like what are the components we are going to build, like network related VPC, subnets, route tables, NAT gateway. These things we need to build, and other things, service layer, like service layer like network load balancer, target group attachments, EC2 S3 with S3 backend. These are the things we will be building in this demo using Terraform. So this is the network layer and this is the service layer, which contains NLP and EC2, S3, everything. So this is one important point. Basically, network load balancer forwards the request to from a requester IP. Basically, so while whitelisting, you need to be careful to whitelist the request IP if it is using public EC2. So here, actually, that is one more improvement I can say. Basically, it's better to use private EC2, but as I'm installing, if you are using private EC2, you need to have this local machine paired with your EC2, or this local machine should be in same VPC as that of EC2 to to eradicate that, to remove the extra step of VPC peering, I basically used the public EC2 in this demo. So this is about infra point of view. I will show the demo, then we can discuss Devops application point of view. Basically, this point of view will be looking about what are the installation steps and what are the configuration steps. How can we use bash scripting to automate those things? How can we use Terraform to automate those things? This is okay. This is what are the local steps. This we can come later, but let's first develop our base infrastructure. So both network layer and service layer, one by one. Let's go to the demo directory. So basically, I'm in a Terraform instance. I will use this Terraform instance as a local mission referred in this document. So you can go to the document. Basically, it will say you need to you use a local machine to do some installations, and local machine should contain the CockroachDB, also those things. So I'm using here Terraform instance as my local machine. So on one more thing, how to set up Terraform and how to use these scripts. Actually, basic that video I already made, so you can watch that video for more clarity. So here I am building network in the sense VPC, subnets, route tables, NAT gateway, IGW, everything. And I am using backend. I think you already familiar, but I am using backend as my S3 bucket. Let me change the backend. Let me add one more key. Let's say CockroachDB. If this key is not present, key in the sense folders is not present in S3, it automatically creates. So that is not a problem. Okay. And outputs, I'm just outputting VPC ID, public subnets and private subnets. Provider is a must thing. So which tells this is provider, which tells what cloud provider or whatever the provider you are using to Terraform. Basically, you're using AWS, so it is AWS provider. And vpc.tf. So cat vpc.tf. So this is the public module we are using. This is the most easy and efficient way to use this module to provision infrastructure. As I told before also, the module is a layer over resources. Those resource blocks in public module context are present in .terraform folder. Basically, this it will be created during after Terraform init. Okay. So that about public modules and modules in a whole. And in the wars file, I just declare the variables. What are the variables I am using this system? And actually in terraform.var tf files, actually I define what ADRs. This is the main where we are providing values. This is the things which we will be changing if we want. This is a CIDR, so it means 3 CIDRs are created, 3 public subnets are created, 3 private subnets are created in these availability zones. So these are the tags and different variables. Okay. So this is about simple network layer. Let us initialize and let us apply. Do you want to copy existing state to a new background? There is existing state itself.
Power off.
Let's do okay, there is existing state. me remove that state. I don't require the fresh installation. So let me Terraform init house init Terraform. Plan will show the plan thing. Will direct apply. So Terraform.
Power on. Bluetooth mode. Device paired.
So let me mute my. So basically here, uh, let me mute properly. Okay. So basically we have 28 things. Basically VPC ID, subnets, key, as I told, it route table association, routes, everything. It will be 28 combined. I'm applying. It will take a couple of minutes. So the execution has been completed, and you can see the output. So these are the private and public subnets. So let's go to our service layer. So here if you see same backend we are using, EC2 we are creating, network load balancer, provider you know, output you know, provisioner.tf, this is the new I will explain later, security group we are making, and variables and terraform tf what you are aware of. So these scripts actually I will discuss in a DevOps point of view later. But first, let's set up our infrastructure basically. Let us not create EC2 it. Why? Because I will say dot .tf. Let's move scripts also outside because at present is not required. So scripts are moved outside. So these are the files remaining, and also I don't want to use this as EC2 also. I will explain you later. Let's first make a network load balancer and a security group, and I will explain about why EC2 will be making later. And provisioner also currently it's not required. So if we execute all at once, it will execute, but to explain you in a proper way, I'm doing this. Okay, then so this is NLB. Let's see. First see the backend. One addition backend is the backend is data resource is being used. So basically, to retrieve the data, basically that is a different folder, right? So to get the data from the backend, we basically use data resource. Data resource are useful for, as you know, getting the data from resource. Let me check the folder because here we need to provide correct folder. CockroachDB, I guess. Let me confirm with the cat. Sorry, network. So CockroachDB it is, right? CockroachDB it is. Okay. Then let me show the other files also. Data.tf is nothing but at one point of view the network load balancer load basically ENI IPs are required. I will show you when it is required. So basically at that point of time this is required basically. This is our NLB and this will give the all our this is also one of data resource. Basically it will give the all ENIs of the NLBs information, and from there we can extract information of ENIs, private IPs, public IPs. Basically it will give the network interface information. So this is about data.tf file and NLB file. So this is this is a naming. This is just making load balancer, network load balancer type network as you see, and this is how we define our subnets from data resource and remote state network output public subnets. So I am creating network load balancer in public subnets. I am creating one listener with 26257. In the document it was mentioned. So this is about the through which we can communicate with CockroachDB, and I am forwarding to this load balancer. Below is a load balancer that is also having attached to the port 26 forwarding 26257 port to the instances. So depending on the instance count, basically this will loop those many times, and basically it is like a for loop. So if the instance count is 3, it will loop 3 times, and it will create 3 it will attach those 3 instances to our target group. This is like one type of for loop. So that's about actually we can do this thing also. We can make ec.tf in but in terraform.tf works. So these are the terraform.tf works we are already aware of. These are the network variables, and these are the instance variable. Let's make it as a 0 so that no instance are created. Okay. Then variables files you already aware of. Terraform.vs, this is also where the values of instance are present. st.tf I will show you. So this basically contains I'm using a st module, security group module. Basically it contains you can define the rules using CIDR clause. Complete information you can it is provided how to use a st module ingress in this location. Basically if you type this in GitHub key link, then you can easily get it. So this is about a security group. So I think I have explained all the files. Provision I will explain it later. SC, and we are setting provider view, it is AWS provider outputs. Okay, outputs I am just here getting EC2 IDs, these things like this. I don't think we are not generating any EC2. So let's do init. So it is downloading.
Power off.
So let's do Terraform init. Okay, Terraform is already done. So Terraform, let's say plan it, but let's apply directly. Let's see what it will create basically. So it is creating 10 items. So basically it is creating the 3 rules, 5 rules, and one security group, and one network load balancer, listener, and and one data item, the one which I mentioned earlier. Okay, and let us do it. Oh, in the output we could have mentioned. Okay, let me mention next time. It is creating it may take some time. Basically there is one other after after no, CS in the previous after executing for two minutes, where error duplicate security rule was wrong. The error is basically in the security on security group has one earlier. After fixing the tool previously, so I mentioned same code for both 8080 and 260. So to tell you that basically I mentioned the same code 2001 here and here. That is okay. Now I have changed 8080. So here please I'm adding just all the internal IPs of the ADR block, and these are the Jenkins IPs. We can make it variables also, but I have okay, this is for automation to log into the system. This is for our automation also. This is for communication for testing purpose only from our from local system. This is for help desk, and this is their internal communication. Okay. So after doing that, Terraform apply, it is applied. 2 resources, 1 resource added, and it is fine. Now everything is fine. So actually, it's better if we added outputs of load balancer name also. Let me tell you how to add it. As you know, how the load balancer name is. It is AWS services Cockroach DNS name. So how to add outputs also is one of the experience for you also. Similarly, it's better to add output so that we don't need to go to console every time. When we say we can define both description and value. As you know, spaces must apply again. So that output of the MS. So now, now we have created our DNS name. Okay, it should be applied anyway. So now basically we have created some change need to be there to run the output.tl. That's it. In the next one I will explain you that. So here NLB DNS name we can see. So other details I can include later, but currently our NLB is created and SE is created. So we have this our setup from NLB and our SE which is attached to EC2 and Terraform instance. Okay, now we will see from the DevOps point of view. So from the DevOps point of view to see, we need to So this is our test cluster basically. Basically this is the document. So I have listed, you can go through the document. Basically it is building DB cluster. So where I have, it's basically good practice to list all the steps at once. What to do, basically what are the local machine, what to do, and after the in the local machine, what are the commands we need to do. Basically it's better the manual task if you do once, and after that how which files to copy from where, on host node what to do, what the files are need to be downloaded. You can go to the link and it will be better. But I mean, after going through the manual task once, so I realized these are the major 4 steps. So how to install CockroachDB and generate CA certificate in local machine or Terraform instance. Here we are using Terraform instance local machine, and creating host nodes and installing CockroachDB on them. This is the second step in that document. By using the created instance IPs, creating node certificates. This is third step, and copying that node certificates and files to host nodes. This is the fourth step. This I have achieved using provisioners and bash scripting. The first step, I created a local shell.sh. I will show in the scripts. Now scripts come into picture. Let's move scripts to here. Okay. Then if we go to scripts, I made one local machine. So basically what it is, it will get the CockroachDB library, and it will make one directory -p in the bash script. Means if this folder is not present, for example, local folder, user folder is present but local folder is not present, then it doesn't give any error. It will create the local library entire folder. So that is -p, and we need to copy it to user locally cockroach, and we will be installing the cockroach. And after that we need to make some certificates in the local machine. So these are the commands to basically create the certificate. So let me so this is right. Let me run the commands. So this is to be executed once, so we can do it via provisioner also. But I'm doing normally because it requires only one. So it's already installed, that's why it is asking. Okay, so it's already installed, that's why. So basically after the keys it is generated now only, right? So if we do, oh sorry, so ca.key will be there, and ca.certificate will be there in the certificate. So that is about the first step. Okay, first step is completed. For achieving the second step, user data. That's why I didn't want to create the EC2 creation. No? The user data we can use for installing the CockroachDB in the host machine. The script is present is here. CockroachDB. It is just downloading. It's similar procedure. But it's basically adding one user and giving the permission to that user, making the user group owner permissions to that folder. So that's why I didn't want you to do the ec2.tf previously. Now let's comment this file user.data. The file present in scripts, right? Okay. Now let's run the. Let me create 3 nodes. because 3 is idea good number of nodes given as per document. So, and if we do Terraform init, because yeah, init I think already done, but let's go. Okay, and Terraform apply, it will create 3 EC2 instances, and it will automatically attach to our network load balancer. I mean, these 3 are attaching to the load balancer, and yeah, let's see, and let's log in and check whether those are created or not. So that is about second step in automation. So third and fourth steps, I use Terraform provisioner with batch script provisioner.sh. Let's explain about this. Okay, these are the IPs. It was yeah. Let's log into the instance and let's see whether the switch minus I in the scripts the keys folder is there. Easy to use at the rate, right? It is asking yes. Okay. Actually, to remove this S asking also, I made one change in the
Power off.
you can okay. So basically, we wanted to check what okay. Basically, what we wanted to check that installation, right? Which cockroach basically? Yeah. Let's check whether it is running. Yeah. See, so the cockroach been installed, and let's see the permissions also whether it is being given or not. Where it is the permissions. Okay. See, cockroach user is been given the permissions. Okay, then we are good for the second step. Let's do the third step. Let me explain about provisioner. So the third step in automation basically are use Terraform. Basically, these steps, as I said, is used for basically copying some certificates, creating few certificates and configuration files on local machine, and transferring them to the target machine. We can do this effectively in Ansible, but I have done this in shell script currently. So later in enhancement, I will include Ansible also. So let me move provisioner to provisioner.tf. So in the provisioner, let's see what is exactly is there. So here I also mentioned the null resource and about null resource and about provisioners local executions before. So here executing basically scripts, I mean provisioner shell script.sh, and giving these as a inputs. So I'm giving all the public IPs as one input, private IPs, and as I said previously, the ENIs public IPs of network load balancers and ENIs of private node network load balancer and cockroach DNS name, load balancer DNS name. So these are useful basically in creating the certificates. Basically, I will tell you the script also in that show. So basically here I am collecting the IPs, the basically the arguments one by one. Since they are space separated, so basically it's like a zip function in basically it's better to make 35 seconds or like 30 seconds or use instant status if okay, because like we don't want to run these files immediately after when the instance is running. So after instance comes status okay, or after let's say 45 seconds we are good to run the this provisioner script. Okay, in the this is a bash script. Basically what I am doing is I am looking over the all basically index here. Basically here it means looping over public and private IPs in the combined fashion. It is like a zip function, zip xy in zip public IPs come private IPs. It is similar to the same. So I'm just this command, if you just I'm echoing, but here I'm actually creating the node certificates using all the IPs, public IP, private IPs, and all the ENI IPs, NLB IPs, public and private IPs. So this actually file need to be important thing is need to be updated if instance is created or destroyed, because the configuration file will change, right? So this is the how. So basically here just the one I think it will ask yes or no, right? So this is the thing to restrict that yes or no asking, because it will pop up yes or no to eradicate the SCP. Basically I'm accepting to a certificate, and basically one advantage is like without logging in we can run the functions as a EC2 user. Basically it won't log into the instance, but it will just run outside with the command. Even root, as a root user you can run the command, because ETC user can assume root. So like this I have basically created certificate and just copied those certificate in the host machine. Similarly I created one configuration file. This is a way we create configuration file in bash scripting of multi-line, basically multi-line text configuration file. The basically, as you know, for each host node you need to uh, it is a different configuration and it are the different certificates, right? So since for that we need to loop over public IPs and private IPs in a combined fashion in zip function fashion. So I mean one instance both private IP and public IP and generate certificates and copy those certificates, then again another instance like that it will do. So 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 let me also, because if already they are executing we can stop also, but stop means will give error, but anyway it will execute one after another, so it's not an issue. Okay, then okay, this will execute. Okay, but before that let me have one step. Basically for testing purpose, uh, okay, we need to do this SQL specific, but yeah, I will do later. So let's Terraform apply. Oh sorry, we need to null resource, right? So we need to initialize first. So let's do Terraform apply. Okay, there is a, okay, there is a, I changed one thing that I haven't uploaded. So basically I changed NLP to right. That's right. Remove it to alert. So this is basically ENI IPs, private and public IPs. Oh, I forgot to change here. Okay. Oh, interface dot. Okay. Let's see. Here we can see the command. So it is executing. So it is waiting for 35 seconds because it's ideal to wait if new instance is lost. I will show. I'll just increase the count and this entire process will be happening. So it is still creating. Yeah. Because 35 seconds we kept, right? After 30 seconds it will start executing. Now I think it will start executing. 45 seconds I kept. Okay. 30 seconds are enough. Oh, warning. Okay, there is a warning. Okay. Let me tips. Okay. Here it is not keys, right? Okay. Here key space. That is fine, right? It is saying permission denied, not accessible. So basically, the issue can be it is not able to identify the key space. So I need to include scripts for folder because the previously the structure is different, but to make the code clear, I made this thing. Let's the local provisioner is executing from that local provisioner, right? That's why it is having an issue. It's fast. Okay. It is able to know, it is able to find out. So here also not there. It is not able to find the key. I thought it was fine, but it is referring from provisioner, right? So this is an issue. So it is game script folder and so I changed that that included script slash. It will be executing. Let's see now. Like so, let me basically reduce the time. otherwise you need to wait for 40 seconds, right? So just for demo indicating, but it's better you should keep it. For 10 seconds and from it will execute. So basically this is it. So it created concept, right? See, uh, yeah, seems like the problem is uh, uh, okay. Problem is like the installation is fine, but the problem it seems like the certificates. So basically, it is in scripts folders, right? It's saying, but I am not able. Okay, like we initialize it. The cluster initialized successfully. Now, as per the document, uh, mm, let's run the commands. Let's verify it basically. Let me open the document once. So this is the document as we saw earlier. So we initialize and we are testing it. Let's say just let's test this command CockroachSQL says how is the certificate. We need to be careful, otherwise it will throw again error. Um, uh, let's do scripts. Oh, sorry, scripts. Basically, the problem occurs due to the change in path. Actually, when the path is changed, um, the problem happen like since the provisioner is executing from the service folder, this folder, when I mention dot slash config like that, it is giving errors because you need to note that it is actually happening from the service folder. Okay, so that is a point got to know from this error. Just let's uh, keep the address this one, and after we'll check for load balancer also, because we have already have DNS name. It's stucking somehow. So just let's cockroach this address. It is showing okay. Sorry, again the same mistake. Certificates. See, now the DB is being connected. As per in the document, let's create a node database and check in another DB. So let's create a node one. Okay, and show databases. Okay, it is showing, right? Similarly, let's quit this and let us connect to directly. Let us connect to NLB. So this is our NLB, right? Or we can connect to any of the DB. If we let's connect to another instance, so it will be very clear what is the concept of it. So I connected to this time. If I do show databases, see it is showing secure node test one. Similarly, we can test with our host as a DNS name also. So this is the automation basically for provisioning our basically CockroachDB. And if I do show databases, okay, see it showed there. So this is guys. So I'll be sharing this GitHub link for this code below the video. Okay, hope you like the video.